Good morning, prep students. Today we are going to start revision on trig and geometry. Okay, let's start with trigonometry. The first question is, in triangle ABC is a right angled triangle at B, where sine angle A equals 3/5. You know that sine, the measure of an angle, is the opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of an angle equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Tan of an angle equals opposite over adjacent. Here in this question, sine angle A equals 3/5. This is angle A. Sine angle A equals 3, opposite over hypotenuse 5. What's the question? The question is getting tan angle C. Tan C. First, we are going to complete the lengths of the triangle. The length of BA, using Pythagoras theorem, AB equals square root AC square, 5 square, minus 3 square. Then AB equals 4, sorry. You know that 3/5 is a ratio. This is the not real lengths of CB and AC. This is a ratio. By using the ratio, we can get AB equals 4 centimeter. Then the ratio between the lengths of the three sides, 3, 5, 4. 3 is the side which is opposite to angle A. 5 is the hypotenuse. 4 is AB. They are the not real lengths, but this is a ratio between the lengths of the three sides. Now, we want to get tan angle C. Tan angle C. Tan angle C equal opposite over adjacent. The opposite of angle C is AB, 4, and the adjacent of angle C is 3. Then tan angle C equals 4/3. Okay, the second question. The second question is ABC is a right-angled triangle at B. ABC is a right-angled triangle at B. BC equals 12 centimeter. BC equals 12 centimeter. AC 13 centimeter. We are going to complete the lengths of the triangle by getting AB. AB equals square root AC square, hypotenuse, minus BC square, 13 square, minus 12 square. Then the length of AB equals 5 centimeters. After completing the lengths of the three sides, we can get the ratios of angle A and angle C. The question is getting sine A, sine C, sine A, sine C, minus cosine A, cosine C. Sine angle A, this is angle A. Sine A equal opposite 12 over hypotenuse 13. 12/13 times sine angle C. Sine angle C opposite over hypotenuse 5/13 minus cosine angle A. Cosine angle A equal adjacent over hypotenuse 5/13 times cosine angle C. Cosine angle C adjacent over hypotenuse 12/13. then the final result equals 0. Okay? Now the third question. The third question is, if sine x plus 15 equals root 3 over 2, where x is an acute angle. The question is to get tan angle x, tan x, tan x. This is the question. Okay. Sine x plus 15 equals root 3 reality. We will get the measure of x plus 15. Shift sine root 3 over 2 to get the measure of an angle from each ratio, from sine, cosine, or tan. Shift sine, shift cosine, shift tan. Now we have the sine ratio. Then shift sine root 3 over 2 to get the measure of x plus 15. يبقى angle x plus 15 equals 60 degrees after shift sine root 3 over 2. So to get the measure of an angle from one of its ratios, sine, cosine, or tan, use shift sine, shift cosine, shift tan. We have the sine ratio. We will get the measure of angle x plus 15, shift sine root 3 over 2, then x plus 15 equal 60 degrees. The question is to get tan x. Tan x, find the measure of x. Then x equal 60 minus 15. Then x in degrees equals 45 degrees. But we want to get tan angle x. Then tan angle x equals tan 45. Tan 45. You know that tan 45 equals 1. Then this is the final answer of tan x equals 1. The fourth question. ABC is an isosceles triangle. Question number 4. ABC is an isosceles triangle. A, B, C is an isosceles triangle. Its vertex A, where AB equals AC equals 10 centimeters. Then AB equals 10 centimeters. BC equals 10 centimeters. AC equals 10 centimeters. BC equals 16 centimeters. 12 centimeters. The first question, find the value of cosine B, cosine square B plus sine square C. Cosine square B plus sine square C. You know that if you want to get the cosine ratio or sine ratio of an angle, you have to get it from a right-angled triangle. We don't have a right-angled triangle. We have an isosceles triangle ABC. So to get cosine angle B, so we will draw AD perpendicular to BC. This is the first step to get cosine angle C because we don't have a right angle triangle. Then construction, draw AD perpendicular to AC. Construction. Draw AD perpendicular to BC. Now we have the right angled triangle ABD. This is the right angled triangle. So if you want to get cosine angle B, we need the adjacent over hypotenuse. AD, which is drawn perpendicular to BC, bisects BC because the perpendicular drawn from the vertex of an isosceles triangle bisects the base. Then the length of BD equals 6 centimeter, DC 6 centimeters. Now we will get the length of AD by using Pythagoras theorem. AD equals square root 10 power 2 minus 6 power 2 equals 8 centimeters. Then the length of AD is 8 centimeters. Now we have the three lengths of the triangle ADB, 6 centimeters, 8 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and 10 centimeters. Now we can get cosine angle B. Cosine B equals adjacent over hypotenuse. Then cosine B equals 6 over 10. 6 over 10 equals 3 over 5 by reducing. Then sine square C. Now we will get sine angle C. We will get sine angle C in triangle ACD. Sine angle C in triangle ACD. Sine angle C equal opposite 8 over hypotenuse 10. 8 over 10. The question is to get the value of cosine square B plus sine square C. Cosine square B, you know that cosine B equals 3 over 5. 3 over 5. 3 over 5 square. Cosine angle B plus sine square angle C. Sine C equals 8 over 10, which is equal 4 over 5 by reducing. Plus 4 over 5 all to the power 2. The final result equals 1. So at the beginning, we don't have the length of AD, which is drawn perpendicular to BC. Why? Because we cannot get cosine angle B without drawing a right-angled triangle. The right-angled triangle concerning angle B is triangle ABD. AD is drawn perpendicular to BC, bisects base BC into 6 centimeters and 6 centimeters. Then you will get the length of AD using Pythagoras. You have square root 10 square minus 6 square. Then the length of AD is 8 centimeters. Okay? Then now you can get cosine angle B and sine angle C. Cosine angle B, you can get it from triangle ADB. Cosine B equals adjacent over hypotenuse, all to the power 2, 3 over 5, all power 2. Sine angle C, you can get it in triangle ADC. Sine angle C equals opposite over hypotenuse, 8/10, which is 4/5, all to the power 2, then the result equals 1. Now we have the second question in the same problem. The second question is getting the measure of angle B. Find, measure angle B. Approximated to the nearest degree. Approximated to the nearest degree. You know that we can get the measure of an angle from one of its ratios. If we want to get the measure of angle B, we can get it from its sine or its cosine or its tan. We have sine angle B, we have cosine angle B, we have tan angle B. Choose one of the ratios. Select one of the ratios. Let cosine be equals 6/10, which is 3/5. We have the cosine ratio. If we want to get the measure of angle B, shift cosine 3/5, shift cosine 3/5, and press equal. You will get the measure of an angle B in degrees, minutes, seconds. In degrees, minutes, seconds. The question is to get the measure of an angle approximated to the nearest degree. Approximated to the nearest degree, so we need the degrees and we don't need minutes and seconds, okay? If the minutes is 30 or more than 30, degrees increases by 1. But if the minutes are less than 30, then degrees remain as it is. So by using shift cosine 3/5, you will have the angle in degrees, minutes, seconds. Cancel the minutes and seconds and approximate. Approximate means if the minutes are 30 or more than 30, degrees increases by 1. But if the minutes are less than 30, then degrees remain as it is. Now we will have revision on geometry. Look at the first question. The first question, ABC is a triangle. Where A is the point 0, 0, the origin point. B is the point -1, -2. C is the point 9 and 8. Now we have the three vertices of triangle ABC. AD is a median. AD is a median. You know that the median is a line segment drawn from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Now, the point A is 0, 0, the point B -1, -2, the point C is 9, 8. AD is a median. The median, again, is a line segment drawn from the vertex of triangle to the midpoint of the opposite base. AD is a median. The question is to get the length of AD. Find the length of AD. To get the length of AD, we need the point A and the point D. To apply the rule of the distance between 2 points, the distance between 2 points equals, you will use the rule, the distance between 2 points equals square root x2 minus x1 all to the power 2 plus y2 minus y1 all to the power 2. So we need the point D because we have the point A only, which is the origin point 0, 0. We need to get the point D. The point D is the midpoint of BC. How can we get the midpoint between 2 points? The rule of getting the midpoint D, to get the point D. Coordinates of the point D, x and y. X equal x2 plus x1 over 2. Y equals y2 plus y1 over 2. So we want to get the midpoint of BC, which is the point D. B and C, -1, -2, C 9, 8. To get the point D, x and y, x equal x2 plus x1 or x1 plus x2. It doesn't make any difference. x1 plus x2 over 2, so x equals -1 plus 9 over 2. Then the point x, the coordinate of the point D, x equals 4. Y is the second coordinate of the point D, equals y2 plus y1 over 2. y2 plus y1 over 2, or y1 plus y2 over 2. -2 plus 8 over 2. Then y equals 3. Then coordinates of the point D equals 4 and 3. Now we have the point D, 4 and 3. The question is to get the length of AD using the rule of distance between 2 points. The rule of distance between 2 points. The distance between the 2 points A and D is AD. Use the distance rule. AD equal square root x2 minus x1, x2 4 minus x1 0, 4 minus 0, all to the power 2 plus y2 minus y1, all to the power 2, 3 minus 0, all to the power 2. Then we will get the length of AD, which is 5 length unit. So in triangle ABC, the point A is 0, 0, point B, -1, -2, the point C, 9 and 8. AD is a median. Median, you know that the median is drawn from a vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Then AD is a median. The question is to get the length of AD. If we want to get the length of AD, we need the 2 points A and D. At the beginning, we have the point A, which is the origin point, 0, 0. We need to get the point D, the coordinates of point D. We will get the coordinates of point D from B and C, considering D is the midpoint of BC. D is the midpoint of BC. Now we will get the coordinates of the point D using the rule x equal x2 plus x1 over 2, y equals y2 plus y1 over 2. Then coordinates of the point D, x equal x2 or x1 plus x2 over 2, -1 plus 9 over 2, y equals -2 plus 8 over 2. Then we have the coordinates of the point D, which is 4 and 3. Now we can get the length of AD by using the distance rule, the distance between 2 points A and D. The rule is AD equals square root x2 minus x1, let D x2, y2, where A x1, y1. Then AD equals x2, 4 minus x1, 0, all to the power 2 under the square root, plus y2, 3 minus y1, 0 over 2. Then the final result is getting the length of AD, which is 5 unit length or length unit. The second question. The second question. The slope of the straight line whose equation 3x plus 5y plus 6 equals 0. We have the equation of the straight line. Is 3x plus 5y plus 6 equals 0. And the question is to get the slope of the straight line. You know that the symbol of the slope of straight line is m. The slope of a straight line. We have the equation of the straight line, and you know that we can get the slope of the straight line from its equation by using one of two ways. The equation, we have two forms of the equation. The first form is the right form of the equation, which is in the form of y equals mx plus c. This is the right form of the equation. But we have the equation 3x plus 5y plus 6 equals 0 is in the general form. The equation of the straight line has two forms. The first form is the right form. The right form is y equals mx plus c, and in this case, the slope of the straight line is the coefficient of x, is the slope. But if the equation of the straight line is in the general form, 3x plus 5y plus 6 equals 0, this is the general form of the equation, or zero equation, the right-hand side equals 0, The slope of the straight line is negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. Then coefficient of x is 3, coefficient of y is 5. The slope equals negative coefficient of x 3 over coefficient of y, which is 5. Then the slope of the straight line is negative 3 over 5. Look at the second or the third question. The third question is the same like the second question. We know we need the slope of the straight line whose equation x over 2 plus y over 3 equals 1. You know that the right form of the equation y equals mx plus c. The general equation is in the form of ax plus by plus c equals 0. This is the general form of the equation. What about this equation? X over 2 plus y over 3 equals 1. If we consider this equation is in the general form, then we need the coefficient of x and the coefficient of y. The coefficient of x is half, 1 over 2. Why? X over 2 means half x. X over 2 means half x. Y over 3 means third y equals 1. Coefficient of x is half, not 1, not 2. Then the coefficient of x is 1 over 2, half, because x over 2 means half x. X over 3 means third y, 1 over 3 y, third y. Then the coefficient of x is half, coefficient of y equals third, then slope of the straight line equal negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y, negative half over third equals negative 3 over 2. Again, the equation of the straight line is x over 2 plus y over 3 equals 1, and we need to get the slope of the straight line. We said that slope of straight line, you can get the slope of the straight line from the equation, the right form of the equation or the general form of the equation. In the right form of the equation, the slope is the coefficient of x. In the general form of the equation, the slope is negative coefficient of x over coefficient of y. The equation x over 2 plus y over 3 equals 1. If we consider it an equation in the general form, then the coefficient of x is half. The coefficient of y is 1 over 3. Because x over 2 means half x, x over 3 means third y. Then the slope equals negative half over third equals negative 3 over 2. The fourth question. Find the equation of the straight line which intercepts 3 unit length from the negative part of y-axis. You know that the equation of the straight line is in the right form, y equals mx plus c. So if we need to form the equation, we will find the value of m and c. M represents the slope of the straight line. So we need the slope of the straight line. M is the slope of a straight line. C is the intercepted part from y-axis. So if we want to get the equation of the straight line, we need M and C. M, the slope of the straight line. C is the intercepted part from y-axis. Now, the straight line intercepts 3 unit lengths from the negative part of y-axis. So the straight line intercepts 3 units from the negative part of y-axis. Then C equals -3. If the straight line intercepts 3 units from the positive part of y-axis, then C equals 3. But our straight line intercepts 3 units from the negative part of y-axis, so C equals -3. What about the slope of the straight line? The straight line makes with the positive direction of x-axis an angle of measure 45 degrees. You know that we can get the slope of the straight line either by knowing 2 points on the straight line or the measure of the angle between the straight line and the positive direction of x-axis. The slope equals tan theta. Theta is the measure of the angle between the straight line and the positive direction of x-axis. Our straight line makes an angle of measure 45 with the positive direction of x-axis. Then the slope equals tan 45. Then the slope equals 1. Now we have the slope of the straight line, M, and the intercepted part of y-axis, which is -3. Then the required equation of the straight line is y equals m1 x plus c. C is -3 plus -3 means -3. Then the equation of our straight line is y equals x minus 3. So if you want to get the equation of the straight line in the right form, y equals mx plus c. You need the slope of the straight line and the intercepted part of the from y-axis. The slope of the straight line and the intercepted part of y-axis or from y-axis. Our straight line intercepts 3 units from the negative part of y-axis, then c equals -3. The straight line makes an angle of measure 45 degrees with the positive direction of x-axis, then the slope equals tan 45, then the slope equals 1. Now we have the slope and the intercepted part from y-axis, then the equation of the straight line y equals m1 x plus c -3. Okay,